सात्विकं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान ब्रह्मण्डोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यम्। भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च टुगेदर सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुते स्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। We will Sutra Adhikaran. So we will read from 97th. We'll have a short class. Shugasya tad anadara shramanat tadal dravanat सूच्यते हि श्रक्षत्रियत्व गतेश्च उत्तरत्र चैत्ररथेन लिंगा संस्कार परामर्शा तद अभावाभिलापाच तद अभाव निर्धारणे च प्रवृत्तः श्रवण अध्ययनार्थ प्रतिषेधा स्मृतेश्च we'll read Sutra number 101, page 357. इतश्च न शूद्रस्याधिकारः यदस्य स्मृतेः श्रवण अध्ययनार्थ प्रतिषेधो भवति। वेद श्रवण प्रतिषेधः वेदाध्ययन प्रतिषेधः तदर्थ ज्ञानानुष्ठानयोश्च प्रतिषेधः शूद्रस्य स्मर्यते। श्रवण प्रतिषेधः तावत् अथास्य वेदम् उपशृण्वतः उपशृण्वतस्त्र पूजा जतुभ्याम् श्रोत्र प्रतिपूर्णमिति। This is Vedam Upashunvatah. Then Trapujatubhyam. Say Trapujatubhyam Shrotra Paripurnamiti Padyuhava Etachashmashan Etachamshanam Yat Shudraha Tasmad Shudra Samipe Na Adhyetavyam Iti Cha Ataeva Adhyana Pratishedha Yasya Hi Samipepi Na Adhyetavyam Bhavati Sa Katham Ashrutam Adhiyita Bhavati Cha Vedocharani Jivvachedo Dharane Sharira Bheda Iti Ataeva Cha Artha Arthajnananushthanayoho Pratishedho Bhavati Na Shudraya Matim Dadyatiti Dadyat Iti Dvijatinam Adhyanam Ijyadanam Iti Cha Yesham Punaha Urvakrita Samskar Vashad Vidur Dharma Vyada Prabhratinam Jnanotpatti Tesham na shakyate phalaprapti Pratishedhum Jnanasya ekantika phalatvat Shravayet Chaturo Varnan Iti Cha Itihasa Purana Adhigame Chaturvarnyasya Adhikara Smarana Veda Purvakastu Nasti Adhikaraha Shudranam Iti Sthitam Shudranam Iti Spurtam. If you remember, we were on this Upper Shudra Adhikaran. When was the last class? I think 1 month back almost. 24th or 26th. 24th of September, 25th, and today is 28th. So 1 month has gone. I hope you don't forget. You will have a short class. So, what was the subject? What was the subject? If you have a little remembrance, in this Adhikaran it is called Apashudra Adhikaran. And this word Shudra is a technical word. Shudra means, if you remember, the one who has not gone through Upanayan, Samskar, who has not done Karmanushthan. So, what are the three processes? He goes to the Upanayan, goes to the teacher, and after getting the Yajñopavid, he does the Anushtan of the Vedic rituals. These two things makes a person Dvij. Dvij means fit to study the Vedas. Right? Because for the study of Vedas, there were three things required. What were the three things, if you remember? One was that he should have the Ved Adhyayanam, chanting of the Vedas. Then second was Ved Mimamsa, study of the meaning of the Vedic mantras. And then was the Karma Anushtan, Ved Karma Anushtan. He was the propitiating the various rituals of the Vedas. Okay. So, for this purpose, if a person has not gone to the teacher, he will not develop the culture inside him. The jeev is born from various births he is coming, like a stone rolling from the mountain. Like on the top of the mountain, one big stone is rolling. While rolling, he accumulates a lot of dust from various portions. He has gone through animal birth, human birth, devta birth. Lot of enjoyership is there, doership is there, abhiman is there, laziness is there. Various wrong notions are there. Various kind of superiority complexes there, inferiority complexes are there. So he is not a simple jeev to deal with. As simple a person appears from outside, 95% are highly complicated from inside. And when he comes to study the scriptures, so to get the clarity of the study, he needs some preparatory steps to make him a proper recipient. And this preparation of the recipient in the mind is called the process of Upanayanam. And Upanayanam has two meanings. One is acceptance from the teacher, and other is that he goes to the teacher. Okay, so only because I have desire, therefore I should know it, that is not. Because you desire to drive flight, plane, doesn't mean you are fit to drive. Your desire is good, but you are not fit to drive. Fit to fly the plane, because it needs various other qualifications. Your eyesight should be good. Your heart condition should be good. Your physique should be good. Your mental alertness should be more than anybody. It does not mean that I am depriving others. I am just saying that if you drive, you will end up in some problem. If you are not qualified and you so do something, you end up in some bigger problem and create problem for others also. And therefore, when it is said that Vedas are not meant for everybody, it is not that I am trying to deprive the people, but I am saying that if you chant certain mantras without going through a proper process of Gurukul was, then you will not get the desired fruit of that particular chanting. So Shudra word is technically here meaning the one who has not gone through the Upanayan process, and also he has not done Karmanushtan. Supposing somebody has gone to the teacher, but he has not done various ritual, what is it called? Dijbandhu. He's a Sanskrit, no doubt. But both will make a Sanskrit. Without, both has to be required for Sanskrit. Come cultured. He should be going through Upanayan and he should be doing the Karmanushtan. Then a person will be called Sanskrit Manushya. Sanskrit means cultured. Cultured means whose Kam Krodh is well under control. The erratic, violent reactions are curbed. Erratic, violent, and various kind of the reactions that the mind comes out with. Very strong reactions are there in form of passion or in form of anger, in form of comparison that has been at least controlled, if not gone totally, it is controlled. This is where gurus are there to help this person. Because mind is a vessel. The knowledge of the self has to be put in that vessel. If it is very moving vessel, it has Rajogun and therefore it wanders a lot, or it is too attached to somebody, then any good knowledge what will be put, it will be contaminated. However good milk you may put, but if the vessel is dirty, the milk will also lose its value. And therefore lot of time was given in our scriptures to purify the mind. And for that lot of sadhanas were made. Gross sadhanas like washing the dishes, cleaning the ashram, cleaning the floor, or earlier servants were lesser in the ashram. The tradition of servant being lesser in the ashram was there. The brahmacharis, they were the main one to do all the menial jobs also. Cleaning, washing, even the bathroom also. Toilet also they were cleaning. Around 4, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours were spent on the menial jobs. So that a person loses laziness. Because he cannot sit and do job because he is not that settler. That was a process. Slowly as he advanced in the ashram, his amount of that grosser activities were lessened. It depended on the student. No prescription is universal. Okay, so he was going for more of ritualistic, like doing arti, puja, some kind of. But living with the teacher, number one, a person is little, you can say, he is conscious of somebody's presence. He is aware of that. He has a fear of that. He has living, because awe is a better word. Awe has fear plus respect. We were in awe of Gurudev. Fear plus respect, when two emotions are combined, then we say I was in awe. AWE. So when Gurudev used to stand or sit, we were in awe. We didn't just blabber anything what we wanted. Or we didn't just do anything what we wanted. We didn't talk anything what we wanted. He will scold us. Swami Purushothamananji was there. His name was Purushottam Chetna. Now he is no more. He went to Sandipni Sadhana. And Gurudev was reading a book. So he just asked, what is that book? He said, this is not the way to ask. Not like this. So for everything you are corrected. So the sharp corners of your personality are rounded. The reactions, the egoistic personality is rounded. So that you can concentrate on your goal. Making the person do ashram work is not the purpose of brahmacharis. That is a means so that you can invest your time and your mind has a receptivity from the teachers. Therefore, I feel sometimes that 2 years is lesser time. We need more time. Students are not matured enough sometimes to go on the field. They are not capable enough to handle big responsibilities. They should be given more time with the teacher to imbibe those values, to change. And every student needs different time. There's a patient sitting inside. Right? One who has not gone through this process, supposing, and he just takes one book and he starts reading or does some ritual, do you think he will be right? I still remember there was my friend. I'm not taking his name. Very close friend. I had not joined the course also. So one day he said, I'm very interested in Vedanta. I said, yes, very good. He said, I'm reading Brahmasutra. Without any Upanishad. He was a very good reader, intelligent boy. Very intelligent. He may have grasped, I don't know what he understood. But if he had a wrong knowledge, that will continue with his whole life. Therefore, it is highly advisable, don't read anything alone. You may misinterpret. So this was the question. Shudra word understood. Shudra word. Shudra word. Does not mean outcast. Please note, to study Mahabharata or Puran, there is no restriction. Anybody can go study. But when you study the Vedic literature and you have to do the actions, karma kand, then you need a procedure for that. So this Adhikaran is establishing that Shudra, inverted comma, not that we use anybody Shudra, is not fit for Vedic ritual and also not fit for Vedanta. And to illustrate this point, if you remember, one story was there. There was a king. What was his name? Janashrati. Janashrati was sitting on his terrace. He was a great donor of anna. He did a lot of annadan, charity of food. And sitting on the terrace, he had developed a magnetic personality because of its good actions. So your actions are reflected in your eyes, your face, your walks, your words, which words you use, your gait, your attitude. So from outside also you can make it out that this person has done a lot of good actions. Therefore, he has such a personality. Your personality reflects what past actions you have done and what present actions also you are doing. If you are chanting mantras, other personality is there. If you have a holy thought, another personality is there. If you are a brahmachari, you have maintained your brahmacharya, another personality is there. So it's not that your thoughts are totally hidden from somebody. So this person, he had a very magnanimous nature. He was very good in rituals, and he was very famous for Annadan, this Janashruti. If you remember, he was sitting on a terrace and he had developed Brahmavarchas. So hums, the swan birds were flying. One bird told to another bird that don't go on top of him because of his, you should not cross over any great person. Don't cross him. Even somebody is sleeping, you are not supposed to cross him. You are supposed to go round him. I hope you know that. Supposing you are sleeping on the floor, 5 people are there, you cannot jump over him. You have to go this way and that way. Even you should not cross your books also. Supposing you are having a book, you are not supposed to cross it. It's inauspicious. So he said don't cross, because on the top of person is his glow. His aura is there. As if you are hitting something. Person is there, on the top of his aura is there. So you don't hit. So other birds said, why you are glorifying him so much? He is not as great as Rekwa. And this Janashruti heard this. And when he heard, so he said, then next morning, the charioteer of Janashruti came to offer him pranam. Because he was a king. And he said, why are you glorifying me? So he said, why you are saying? He said, but I am not as great as Rekwa. Then he said, I didn't understand. The charioteer said. So he said, find out who is this Rekwa. Then they went to find out who is this Rekwa, this charioteer. So he found out that this charioteer Rekwa was a great upasak. Upasak he was. And he has done a lot of punya. And because of that, even the punya acquired by all karma is not equivalent to the punya of Rekwa. He comes back to the King Janashruti and he tells everything about what he saw. And he is sitting under a cart with possessing nothing. No possession he had. Rekwa. That means he was very dispassionate. And then out of 2 things, he had pain that I am so inferior, and also he had the thirst to know why he is great. So this King Janashruti goes to Rekwa and offers his namaskar, and he offers his gifts and Guru Dakshina. And then he asks, which upasana you have done? Rekwa says, I won't teach you because your Guru Dakshina is less. Actually, he was testing his power of dispossessing the things what he was not a greedy person. If he was a greedy, why will he be? He would have done something else. If you were greedy, you would have gone to the world and earned something. So, if you were passionate, you would have gone somewhere else. Because he was sitting under a cart, that itself means that he was not a greedy person, but he was testing him. And he goes back to his palace, Janashruti. He brings more goods and he brings his daughter also. And he offers his daughter to Rekwa. And then this Rekwa teaches Janashruti Upasana. Name is Samvarg Vidya. Samvarg Vidya. What is Samvarg Vidya? Is Vayu Upasana. Vayu Upasana. Remember that the fruit of karma will be inferior than the fruit of upasana. I had told this point. Because in the fruit of karma, your attention is only on the seen thing. Seen world is very small. I do good action. I am helping you. I am doing charity of food. So when I do charity of food, in my mind there is a shape of that I have to help 100 people have to feed. Or 500 people have to feed. There is a big shape. But when you do upasana, the thought is of the whole cosmos I have to give joy. So the shape of the mind is much bigger in Upasana. And there is a homogeneous flow of thought. And therefore, as is your identification with the thought, accordingly you will get the authority to rule that area. This was the principle of Upasana, if you remember that. The identification with the size of thought will convert into the area of authority. If somebody is bigger, he has only authority over a footpath. Because his identification was with very small. And the king is there, his authority is over the whole kingdom. Authority means where his desire runs. His desire is the last word. That is called authority. He runs the show. He has the last shot, whatever you see. The ball stops there. The ball stops there. Nobody can overrule him. If the president says something, that lockdown 1 will be there, that means there's a last word now. One person. Or tomorrow he says, no, again the infections are going. We go back to lockdown 3. So the government, the finance, the ministry of military, the police, the finance, all departments have to fall in tow. He has a writ over it. Last word. Or he says, we have to attack the neighboring country. The military has to attack that. One person. That means his area of authority is very big. If you say, no, we want lockdown 3, nobody will listen. You have no authority at all. Even house, you won't listen. So this is called the area of authority. So your area of authority is decided by your karma and upasana. Ab Indra has the area of authority of rain. It's very big authority. Therefore, Cape Town was not, because Indra was not happy there. Something they must have done, some fruit of it. And therefore they used to do Havan, etc. Again, it starts raining if you propitiate the god. Or if sun is not happy, then you have a lot of high temperature and people will die of sunstrokes. Okay? And if sun is happy, you will become brighter. All these devatas are very strong. So they have very big authorities. Whole earth and other stars also they have authority. Imagine their authority. Here only one part of the earth there is authority. But they have much, that means they have done bigger upasana. But that is not the point. Point was, how did this Adhikaran came up? So, up Shudra means, when this person came, who? Janashruti came. Then Raikwa said, Ahaharetva tvaiva sahastu. Keep all these ornaments with you. Ah means is appointed. Haretva gobi sa tvaiva astu. So along with all the ornaments, gobi means along the cows, may it be with yours. Okay? I don't want it. So, and then he has used the word Ahaharetva, Shudra. He used the word Shudra for Janashruti. Because how much fearlessness he had. He was a king. The Janashruti was a king. And this Rekva was just sitting under a cart. And he mentioned him as a Shudra. Then this Shankaracharya said that Shudra word here does not refer to the primary meaning of Shudra. It has a secondary meaning of the Shudra. And this is the Adhikaran. This is the Adhikaran is there. And this story, this whole thing comes in which Upanishad? It comes in where? Chandogya Upanishad 4.1, 4.2, 4.3. I am repeating everything. There's a problem. When you take the text after some long time, so everything has gone off. Memory is so weak. So what is there are 5 sutras in this Adhikaran. This is the 9th Adhikaran of the 3rd pada of the 1st chapter. 1.3.9. Right? 9th Adhikaran of the 3rd quarter of the 1st chapter. There are 4 chapters. 1.3.9. Okay. Now what you want to say? What you want to say? Bhashyakar says that here Shudra does not refer to the primary meaning. Primary means general meaning. Jati Shudra is not meant here. Shudra means Shu means sorrowful condition, and Dra means running condition. So what is so sorrowful runner, the one who is running in a sad condition. Was he wanted to disarm or what? This side. This side. So Shudra. Shudra. Sorrowful runner. Okay. Shok Sahit Dravan Karta. One who is running with sorrow. Okay. So we had seen, I think, 4 sutras. Let's check how many sutras I had seen. And the Purupaksh says that Shudra means literal Shudra. And he says, because Janashruti was a Shudra, Purupaksh, and he could study still the Upasana from Raikva, therefore the Shudra also is qualified to do rituals. Shankaracharya Bhagavan said, no. Here Shudra word does not refer to the primary meaning. It refers to the secondary meaning. And for that is the all 5 sutras of this Apashudra Adhikaran. Right? I hope you remember that. I'm not going each sutra one by one because I had taken all the sutras. I think last sutra was remaining. Yes, check. Huh? Which one? 38 finished. Shravana Adhyanartha Pratishedart Smritescha. Okay, that's good news. Okay, word analysis also was done. Oh, that's very good now. So, the 5 sutras are there. So, just a quick review of the 5 sutras I'll give you so that you can have a general brush up. This is called brush ups there. So, first sutra, if you remember, first sutra when we were seeing, so first sutra had a meaning. What was the meaning? First sutra had 2 parts. By Tad Anadar Shravanat. So, first sutra meant, so what is the meaning of first sutra? We see Tad Anadar Shravanat. 1 minute. So because he says Shudra word has been used, the insulting word has been used, disrespect word has been used because of his sad condition. Because of his sad, he is like a Shudra. Somebody does something wrong, then we'll say he is like Shudra. He is like a Shudra. You are acting like a Shudra. It is just because you are acting very disgracefully. Therefore, you are disgraceful. So these are the words which you must have also heard. Not for yourself, I hope. So, this was because of running around. Second sutra, it was one Chitra Rath and Kape story was given. So the Brahman and Kshatri both used to be together, and they were eating food together, and then one Brahmachari had come for asking food. So this was the Phalshruti of the, if the Samvarg Vidya, one Phalshruti is there with Brahman Kshatri, then wherever Samvarg Vidya is there, it was with Brahman and Kshatri. This was the second sutra. Then third sutra was Samskar Paramarshat Tadabhav Abhilapacha. So Samskar Paramarshat, that means it has been said that samskars are required, Upanayan samskar is required, and Tad Abhilapacha, and without that, it is said that in the absence of not having samskar, one is ineligible. This is the third sutra. Fourth sutra was Tad Abhav Nirdharane Cha Pravrittehe. So it is said here, the absence of disqualification, Tad Abhav Nirdharane. So this example story was given of Satyakama Jabal, if you remember, who was asked about his Gotra, and he didn't know his Gotra because he didn't know his father. Then the teacher said that you are a fit student because you are a truthful student. At least you definitely have a samskar because you didn't hide your fact out of the fear of being discarded or disrespected. He said, I don't know the name of my father. My name of the mother is Jabal, and therefore I am called Satyakam Jabal. Then student was given the Upanayan by the teacher. He said, yes, good to hear your love for truth. Because if you love the empirical truth, because loving truth always you have to be egoless to be truthful. Egoistic person will never speak the truth. He will always hide the fact because he wants to protect his image in others' mind. It is only when you are not bothered about what others will think about me, then only you can be truthful. When you have an ego, you are very much conscious of what others think about me. And the moment you feel that others will look me down, you have no hesitation to hide a fact or to portray something else. What is wrong in that? What is the problem? Problem is you start holding to false thing, false image, false attachment, false ahankar. So when you cannot leave the small false, how can you leave the big false called the world? Because in Vedanta, the whole world has to be left, which is false. But you cannot leave the small false of your ahankar and your attachment. Because a person speaks true false only because he wants to protect his ahankar, or he wants to protect a thief will never speak true. Because he will lose his booty. Therefore, when you cannot speak the truth, because you have to leave something, and maybe other person will know that you did wrong thing, bad thing, so he will look you down upon. So the person who is truthful, he says, you may look down upon, but this is the fact. You can look down upon me. Yeah. So speaking truth always has an element of renunciation, sacrifice. Okay, people may look down upon, I don't bother about. So he has sacrificed something small. But if you hide a fact or you say something wrong, you are holding to something wrong. This holding something wrong, this has become your habit now. And when it comes to Vedanta of leaving the whole false world, when small things you could not drop, how can you drop a big thing now? And therefore, empirical level speaking the truth, except to save a cow or a Brahmin, except for, if somebody is attacking a girl or a woman, or somebody is attacking a cow, or somebody is attacking some holy person, and then you have to speak the false, then the false is permitted. But speaking the false, mostly people speak false to protect their ahankar actually, their wrong deeds. They don't want to fall in somebody's eyes. They have attachment for something. And if they speak the truth, their attachment will be lost. They're insistent. They are doing something which they feel, I should do this. I should not make it known. They hide something. Remember that story of Satyavrat had come in Devi Bhagavat, who was dullard and he was asked to leave the house also. So he went to the jungles. He had no support. But he only spoke the truth. That was his only asset. Then Devi ji made him chant Am mantra was there. And by chanting Am, all knowledges came to him, if you remember that. So if this one virtue is maintained, people will look down upon it. No doubt. But you will be very conscious that I should not lose my capacity to give up. So a seeker develops his more capacity to renounce. Renouncing your attachment, your insistences, your ego, your whatever work is there, whatever things are there. I have nothing to hide. I'm not doing anything wrong. If you are doing something wrong, then only you hide. If you are not doing anything wrong and you go to the proper protocol and proper channel, you have nothing to hide about it. But because you have jumped the protocol or jumped the channels here and there, then you have to hide something and you have to do something, tricky things. This makes you incapable of leaving your insistence, your attachment, your ego. This is the very big loss. Your capacity to leave your insistence, your attachment, your ahankar, that is lost. Your spirituality is not about action. Spiritual life is more about how much you can leave the false ahankar, your false attachment. And if you cannot leave small things, the bigger attachment on the world, then you have lost the capacity to leave that. So in your meditation, same things will trouble you. And therefore, when this was said by Satyakam, Jabal Satyakam, I had told this story also last. Then this teacher was very pleased. This teacher, his name was Haridrumata. He was very happy. He said, very good. Even if you don't know the father's name, but your father must be a great person. Because such a son won't come unless somebody is in your clan to bring out this samskar. So from the son you can make out what is the status of the family. What is the status of the samskar? What kind of nature the father must be having, mother must be having. From the nature of the child, you can make out what is mother's nature, father's nature, grandfather's nature, paternal, maternal, both sides. Your mixture, your nature is governed from your father, mother, maternal, grandfather, maternal, grandmother, paternal, grandfather, paternal, and your own past action. 7 factors are required. Only which 7? Just now is it. Wake up. 2, 6 plus your own. Definitely you will have reflection of your father, mothers, and your grandfather, grandmother. Yes, somebody is more in you. So if the father, mother, both are very angry, definitely you will have anger. I guarantee you will have anger. Definitely your father, mother must be having. If they both were lazy, you will have laziness. If both were great worshipper of gurus, definitely you will have Guru Bhakti. It is very difficult for a person to beat that area. Definitely you can make it out that his father was, mother. Somebody definitely he has got a reflection of that personality. It is difficult to beat and cut that area. You have inherited the style. Inner matter is same. If your mother was very worrying mother or father is very worrying, you will definitely inherit worry. And if they were very good devotees of God, definitely you will have devotion. Definitely you cannot be not devotee. Shankaracharya will not be born like that. His father, mother were great upasak of Lord Shiva. They didn't have any child. Then they prayed to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva said, yes, I'll. Then the conditions were you want this child with a less age and more brilliancy and all these things. You don't agree? No? Yes? And therefore this teacher, Haridrumata, he said, don't worry about your father. And don't. He said, but I don't know my father. I don't know. He could have said something false. He said, no, I don't know. Straight away. He said, but people will give you bad name that you don't know our father. He said, let them give. But the fact is like that. So you need to be very fearless in practicing any value. It's not that easy. We are concerned about our image or whatever. What I like, I want to protect that thing. My attached area. Everybody has attached area. You have to protect it. And there was a great queen in India. And Holkar, she was in a Holkar. And her son was a big drunkard. Ahilya Bhai was her. And all the Shiv temples which were broken by Muslims, she got renovated, including Banaras. Ahilya Bhai was her name. Very great lady. She was like a Devi only. But she became a queen. But her son was quite a terrible boy. You know what she said? Kill him. Son. They said he is creating a problem in the society. And if somebody else was there, that was my son, I would have given the same punishment. Such was her sense of justice. All these temples, especially near, even Somnath temple, even Varanasi temple, she got it renovated. So she is highly respected in middle of India, where Indore was her headquarters somewhere. You can read about her. So some people were very clear about it. You have to be very fearless and detached person to be truth. Attached will never be speaking the truth. Because you know that my attached area will be under threat. You have too attached to money, you will never speak the truth. If I am too attached to you, I will never speak the truth about it. I will hide your... This boy was quite truth-oriented. And this saint gave him the Upnayan Samskar, this saint. And this leaf Shankaracharya brings it out. He said, because he gave this Upnayan Samskar, tad abhav nirdharane. Acha. So by absence of disqualification of Shudrata, therefore he was given the Samskar. And last sutra was Shravana Adhyanartha Pradeshedhat Smritescha, which you are saying that you have done. I thought I have not done. But you said you have done, so I believe in you. So, Adhyan means, Shravan means listening. Adhyan means chanting. Arth means arth vichar. So, because Smriti Prama also which negates Vedic hearing, Vedic chanting, Vedic inquiry and Vedic ritual. Because of negation of the Smriti. Because of the Smriti Praman also, which negates. Acha. What do you mean? What do you mean to say here? What is the meaning here? So in Smriti Praman it is said that a Sanskrit Manushya are not eligible for Shraut Sadhana. A Sanskrit Manushya in the Smriti Praman, like Vasishta Smriti, Manu Smriti, it is said that for study of these Vedas, you are not eligible if you don't have the samskar, required qualification. This is the point mentioned. Okay. Not okay. Shravana Adhyayana Artha Pratishedhat. It is said in the Smriti. I think you are saying word meaning I had given. If word meaning I have given, that is good. One point is also there in that, where I will see it, but my time is over, so I will see it tomorrow. If class is not there, I'll let you know. But as of now, I'll try to have the class from 7:30. Okay. If I am not able to take class, I'm not well, or I have not slept properly, then I'll let you know so that you can do some revision or the test, reflection test, or the test without books. Both you can have it. But Praman Vichar test will be there. So you please, first you saw that portion on the Pratyaksh Praman. So next portion, you be ready about that. So a test will be on that portion only. On Pratyaksh, after that, Anuman and Pratyaksh. So you can read it in your notebook. So this way you can brush up your own knowledge. Hari Om and thank you. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.